Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at inspireddisorder.com/plus.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Swipe up 164, the show where I share my opinion on current events, news, things that are going on, things I saw on Instagram that I felt like talking about. Let's get into it, shall we, with this first post from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Well, it's not from him. It's from ABC News. But at the premiere of Red Notice, which is a new movie by Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, I reviewed on Monday's episode. It was okay. I liked it. It wasn't great. Dwayne Johnson pledged no real guns on his production in wake of Rust tragedy. So he will no longer allow real guns on any of his productions as a producer. I think it's $7 production or something like that, which seems to be like a no-brainer. I know that what's his face that was involved with Rust, the producer of that. I'm blanking on his name, as I do with all names. God, what was his name? Anyway, the guy, the famous actor that's part of the Rust scandal, says that they should add police to productions to ensure safety. And it's like, police don't stop bullets from firing in a gun. Police don't stop bullets. Police don't make situations safer. Like, adding the police to that is like a way for a police officer to get paid to do nothing. I just don't have real guns. Don't have a thing that's made out of metal, like a prop that an artist could make for you, or a gunsmith for that. But don't make it so it can't fire anything. Like, how many things in movies are done with CG and post production? And gunfire, like the things that happen with a gun are already done, like in the John Wick movies, are all CG. Like, they don't use real guns in the John Wick movies. And those look like real guns firing. That's like one of the most legit gun action movies there are, in my opinion. And if they can do it without using real guns, then there's no reason real guns should be used. Real guns are a problem in this country. And the fact that people don't understand that they're a problem is an even bigger problem. Like, they don't want to realize that humans are not responsible enough creatures to own vast majorities of guns. The vast majority of people aren't qualified. Even qualified people, bullets don't stop entering your body if you own a gun. Like, you think like a gunfight is a safer situation in our society if everybody has a gun, so let's just all shoot each other. Let's all just meet at high noon. Like, this is ridiculous. And the fact that everybody's just blind to their Second Amendment. Like, let's fight. Why don't we fight for the First Amendment, right? Because you look at the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. He's trying to justify his domestic terrorism with the Second Amendment. But he was shooting people who were demonstrating their First Amendment, which they don't want. They don't want us to be able to protest. They want to label protests as riots and looters. Because they don't want freedom of speech. They don't want you to go out in numbers. They don't want everybody to see how many people actually care about an issue. So thank you, Rock. Thank you for doing what should be common sense in not using real guns for your pretend movie business. It's not like when you see people driving cars, they're not driving those cars. That's most of the time those cars aren't even functioning. Like, it's called movie magic. Why would the only authentic thing in a movie be a gun? What purpose ever would that serve? To have the only authentic thing in the entire production of a movie be a gun. Interiors are fake. Buildings are fake. Eras are fake. Costumes are fake. Accents are fake. Everything is fake in a movie because it's a movie. Why does the one authentic thing have to be a gun? Anybody that thinks they need a real gun to make their movie authentic has a real issue with how dangerous guns are and how unnecessary a gun is to have anywhere but unless you're hunting or want an easy way to commit suicide or want to slaughter a bunch of people. Those are uses for guns. That's how the public, that's how people, that's how humans have shown the many versatile ways of a gun use is eliminating living life. Eliminating life that is living. Anyway, thank you for doing something that should be a no-brainer, getting rid of guns in movies. It's a movie. You don't need a gun. Stupid. So anyway, let's move on to some more good news. I mean, that was good news. Thank you, Dwayne Rock. Maybe that will be a trend that other producers will be like, duh. Instead of getting the police involved, which will do nothing. Instead of getting them involved, we got to have police part of the production of a movie now because this producer doesn't want to take responsibility for using real guns when you don't need to have a real gun. Doesn't have to happen. Every single thing you can see a gun in a movie never has to be a real gun. Never. You can have a fake gun loading bullets into a fake gun. The bullets don't fire. The gun doesn't work. You don't have to make the thing work. No, you're going to need a cop instead. All right, let's move on. A little over 4 years ago, I started The Many Faces. It's an ongoing series of abstract ink portraits. Each piece is improvised. Each piece is released daily. Start collecting now. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/TMF. That stands for The Many Faces. And save yourself 25% when you use coupon code RTS. That stands for The Ray Taylor Show because that's what you're listening to, and I love you. So I want you to save 25% when you use that coupon code. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/TMF and use coupon code RTS to save 25% when you start collecting one of over 1,600 original ink paintings. By myself, I made them. Support me. I love you. Back to the show. Congratulations to Flat Black Studios in Palm Desert. They've been around for 6 years. They are an art supply. They do pop-up art shows. They have a gallery. They are located on the back side of the Westfield Mall in Palm Desert, so kind of by El Paseo. But I've been there once. Don't know them, haven't really had time. Now that I'm thinking of doing live art events, and I know they do, I think they host 2 different kind of pop-up, street fair, art fairs, and also the gallery space. So I don't know. I think that I'm probably going to get to know them more in the coming year, but it's also cool just to see their growth over the last 6 years. See their humble beginnings in this small shop, and to see where they're at now, right next to the movie theater that I got trained at before Rancho 16 opened in 1999. It's kind of cool, man. So congratulations to Flat Black. Let me read this. Today is Flat Black's 6-year anniversary. We started from the very bottom as the only type of business of our kind in the Coachella Valley. They also sell a lot of street art products like spray cans and markers and all kinds of, the kind of the best kind of art. The only real kind of art that is like at all accepted for like, I don't know. Anyway, that's type of supplies that they sell. They probably sell other types of art supplies as well, but they definitely have a lot of the the street art type of equipment. Always took chances and tried new things with the business in order to stand out and not fit in. Took many losses behind closed doors, but always learned from the past mistakes and grew bigger and better. Thank you to all our customers, friends, and family for 6 years of loyalty and love. Flat Black all day, all night. So congratulations. I appreciate that. I'm highly critical of the art in this valley. The fact that there aren't murals everywhere is absolutely disgusting. The fact that most of the public art is like metal sculptures, which is fine, but let's find some diversity in what we display in public art. You go to like El Paseo that like touts itself as being like this art district, they're not. It's disgusting. It's one of the most bland areas in the world. Palm Springs, a little bit more. I have an issue with the Palm Springs Museum putting street art behind bars, literally behind bars. It's kind of like it sends like a wrong message. Because some of the best art is murals on streets. Some of the coolest, most inventive stuff is that. And it is so lacking in this valley that has walls everywhere. Walls everywhere. It's like this fake manipulated like existence that it's not real out here. I don't like it, and I appreciate what they're doing, trying to do something different. So congratulations to Flat Black Shop. Moving on to some good news, which I spoiled in yesterday's episode where I recapped episode 4 of Squid Games. I spoiled this, but I'm saying it again. The series creator of Squid Game confirms there will be a season 2, which I felt like that was inevitable. Let's see if it has his name. Oh, here we go. Creator, writer, director, Hwang Dong-hyuk does amazing work. The shots in the show are so beautiful, like so beautifully composed. Like every aspect of this, the writing, while some of the extra plots like the organ harvesting and the cop might be a little bit much, still great. Still great. Great performances. Everything is great. So I'm excited. And I guess he's already gearing up. So that sounds like whatever rest he had, or maybe he just got inspired in it because he has to write the thing. I'll be interested to see if he gets any help. I could easily see somebody else direct it, but visually, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that was a cinematographer or a collaboration between him and the cinematographer, but visually, this show was amazing. I hope also if they have any English-speaking characters in this next season, to please reach out to better actors. Please. Because the worst part of season 1 of Squid Game was the VIP episode where you get English-speaking characters, these VIPs, and the worst acting that you will, like, it is just painful. And they don't even have, they just have to say lines. It's bad. Because their faces are covered. Maybe they move a little bit, but like the way they deliver lines is so painful. So, season 2, listen to me. Dong-hyuk, Get some better actors. You just hop on over to the U.S. Even just like mediocre actors in the U.S. are going to knock it out of the park to be another childhood game, baseball. But excited. I'm excited that there is going to be a season 2. It felt inevitable. It felt like it was just a matter of time before that announcement had happened. Same thing with Dune. Like, what are they doing? Of course, people love it. Why don't you make better good stuff instead of like just mediocre, like blandness? It's good. It's original. It's good. Get more of it. Join Inspired Disorder Plus today. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus to join. Membership includes members-only discounts and deals. You get access to the Ray Taylor Show completely ad-free, as well as bonus episodes. You get access to the complete live painting archive. You also get access to every single podcast ever produced by Inspired Disorder, hosted by Ray Taylor. You get access to Ray Taylor's personal blog, as well as the opportunity to ask me any questions. So if you want to start a podcast, you're into art, ask me anything. And so many more things are being added every day to Inspired Disorder Plus. So sign up today, become a member, head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus and become an Inspired Disorder Plus member today. Moving on to last but not least, movie facts here. Wilson, of course, the volleyball, the best friend of Tom Hanks from the movie Castaway, which is a good movie, a little long. It's all Tom Hanks. I mean, more so than the newest movie from him, Finch. Castaway was literally just him talking to this volleyball, conceivably the co-host of the second lead of this movie is Wilson, the volleyball, which I think popular culture, even if you haven't seen Castaway, you know Wilson. I think it's that big culturally. But Wilson, the volleyball used as a prop in Castaway from the year 2000, has sold at auction for $308,000. That kind of makes sense. I mean, that's a big price tag. But as far as like a prop in a movie, like what movie? Because in Castaway, like Wilson is part of that movie for like easily 2 hours of that 3-hour movie. And it's just Wilson and Tom Hanks in like a relationship. Like you get emotionally invested in Wilson, especially when, spoilers, when he makes his raft to try and escape the island and Wilson falls off. That is like a severely emotional scene because you are invested in a volleyball that has a face made of blood and hair made of, like, I don't know, weeds, like palm frond things. I don't know what the hair is made out of, but makes sense. I don't know what would be a prop. I mean, you got like costumes, you know, but that what's a prop? What would be a prop? Like a lightsaber, I guess, would probably be a big one from like Star Wars, obviously, because that's the only franchise that use lightsabers. But I guess weapons. But those aren't like characters. I mean, you have like droids and you have robots. But those are like still those are more obvious characters than a volleyball. It's like it's not like an animated volleyball. It's just a thing that Tom Hanks acted opposite of. So even though it's a lot of money, $308,000, there's only one of them. It is probably the biggest role a prop has ever had. I would love to know if you know of some that I'm not thinking of. 'Cause I wasn't planning on trying to think of this. But is there another prop? Like, is there a prop in a movie that you get emotionally invested in and cry when it leaves? I don't think so. So 308,000. How much did Tom Hanks got paid millions of dollars to do that movie. So for a prop, that's not bad. That's not a bad price tag for a prop, I guess. I think it'd be cool. Because it is. It's a prop that acted opposite Tom Hanks, one of the most beloved actors of our generation. Or my generation, I guess. I don't know how much kids like. He's definitely doing dad movies now. But let's do some shout outs and get out of here, shall we? Shout out to ABC News. Shout out flat_black_shop. Shout out /film. Shout out Movie Facts. But most importantly, shout out to you. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!